You tell me if you hear or you go on YouTube and check it. Okay, don't click on end screen. No audio. Yes, an audio. Yeah, that's good. It's live. Okay. Hey. Yeah, that's good. It's live. Okay. Hey. Yeah, that's good. It's live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome back again at MHP Live Streaming event. I'm your host Sunil, and I'm excited to be here with you all guys. As you know, today we will be talking about designing for small businesses, how it affects your brand trust and your business credibility with your target audience. This is perfect for anyone who wants to learn how to design a website for their small businesses without breaking the bank or spending hours on coding. You'll get to see some examples of successful business websites and get inspired by their design choices. Don't miss this opportunity and learn from the experts and take your website to the next level. We can't wait to see you. Okay, right. Okay, so let us introduce our speaker, and he is a tech enthusiastic and dedicated professional, knows about the wonders of technology and how it shapes our society. A full stack developer and technologist with operational and management experience spanning nearly a decade. Currently, he is a leading the charge of WordSphere.com, his startup where we excel at crafting stunning user-friendly websites and applications that cater to the client unique needs. On top of that, he is a part of Prime Work family, where he serves as their CEO. Working as PW has been an incredible journey, and he genuinely cherishes the fellowship we share. So, hi, Rakibul.
Yeah, hi Sunil. How are you?
How are you? I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you.
It's really a great experience to have you in our event today. Right, Rakibul. So,
Um,
mhm.
yes, please.
Okay, so Rakibul, it's a really a great experience and honor to have you as our guest for today's event. Uh, I would like you to, I would like to give you a couple of minutes to tell our audience about yourself.
Okay, sure. Thank you, Sunil.
Yeah.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, good people. I'm Rakibul Rajib. I'm currently leading the Wordsphere.com, a digital agency based on Palo Alto, and we are actually working for various kind of clients, individuals, business, enterprise, all kinds of web applications, including the enterprise solutions, professional and individuals. We are serving almost 400 current, including the current projects, and we have more than 1,500 clients already. So that's me, and I'm very much excited, and thanks for inviting me on this event. I'm very excited to explore more. Thank you,
Uh,
Sunil.
that's really inspiring, Rakibul. Really glad to have you here. So, so as we go along, we will try to learn more about like how we can design effective businesses and how the design affect those businesses in terms of like getting those targeted audience or from building the trust relationship between the client and your customers. So uh, we'll go through a couple of questions that we put together, Rakibul, and we would like to get your expertise on that. So here go my first question. How do you define your unique design in small businesses?
Okay, so thank you, Sunil. Thanks. That's very good questions initially for the starting. Um, so our topics is designing for small businesses, especially. There are very few individual steps there to define unique design for the small businesses, especially. So first of all, it comes with the brand identity, where you develop a logo, color schema, typography that represent your brand,
Exactly.
and you have to know your audience. Like, you have a small business and you have to know your audiences, so you need to understand what your customers are, what your targeted audience. So you need to understand that while you are designing for the business. You need to understand also, you need to find out your unique selling propositions, like what you are selling, what you are, like stand out from other businesses. And you have to consistent on that. While you are designing something, you have to consistent on your brand identity using your design for the small businesses. Also, you have to go over your community engagement for the
Exactly.
social life, innovations, and definitely a couple of other adoptions you have to go through. That's your unique design as the initial start for your small business.
Absolutely, Rakibul. That's definitely it's what you said. It's exact to the point. And being a designer, I understand every single term that you use about logo, color, and typography. So it's like really like which makes the unique design and like brand stand out
Right,
from their other businesses.
right,
So
right.
I would like to ask you the next question. It's what role does market research play in the small businesses?
Okay, so that's another very good and on point questions. Initially, when you have a something in your business in your mind, or you are running already in your business, so first thing you understand what actually customer needs, what your actually audience, targeted audience, what you wants from you. So that's the first thing you need to understand. So market
Right.
research definitely, and the key point key point for I'm sorry
No
key
problem.
point for your market research for small businesses, to understand their preferences, their pain points. Their information is definitely vital role for your business, because you have a small business. You need to
Right.
understand your customers so that you can create a product, their actual on point product or service. So that's first thing. So you need to
Exactly.
understand another thing about the market opportunities. So you while you are researching your market research for the business, you need to understand what actually the market opportunities we have. Like let's say we are opening a small candy shop or a
Right.
physical online shop. So you need to understand if there is a candy customers or audience there is. Otherwise, there is a specific points for the locations. You need to understand that you have a market opportunities there. Also, you have to do some competitive analysis before going through your product or services. After identifying the market opportunities, you need to understand the competitive analysis also, like how and which business competitor are already in the business, how they're operating, what kind of the product they are offering. So you need to understand also the competitor, what they're offering actually.
Right.
And based on competitor, you need to set a price strategy, how you
Mm-hmm.
can beat them, how you can beat your competitor, how you are structuring the price strategy for your business. That's also a vital role. So these four things you need to go over before or maybe ongoing business while you are doing your market research. So this is very important, Sunil. You need to actually
Mm-hmm.
go through a few basic things from your customers, from your market. So this is very crucial.
Right, absolutely, Rakibul. I love the way, like the way you explained it. It's like very clear. Like you take an example of the candy shop and showed us like how you can actually research it about the target audiences, what kind of demographic you are going to put. It's like I think it's really important. Like Intel can't take their setup in Norway or somewhere. Like
Yeah, yeah,
from the
exactly.
example.
Exactly. You need to have understanding about the audiences and the market product. Definitely. That's the crucial
Exactly.
part.
Right. Okay. Just a question. Isn't it like what we call it? It's called like a SWOT analysis. I think it's the part of the market research, or it's
Yeah, yeah,
something different.
100%. Yeah, 100%. No, no, it's 100% the part of that market research. Yeah, definitely.
I got it. Okay. Thank you so much, Rakibul, for clarifying. Okay. So here goes my next question. It's one of my favorite question. I like always wanted to ask this. Like, uh, how do you identify and analyze like current small businesses, like what are their needs and how you can like actually put those things together and so that you can give them like an appropriate what you call it like a services you know
Got it. Okay. Thank you for the question, Sunil.
Yeah.
So as per, the flow of the questions, we had some, basic understanding and branding of our business. Then we have market research. Right now we are going to identify the small business. That's very
Exactly.
like correct collect sync with the questions and
Right.
the research we had. So how you actually analyze current small business or a small business you are going to have. So that means you have to go over some category, like what kind of industry you have, what kind of size of the business you have, where is the location. Let's say you have a like main city locations or something, you are offering a vendor type of product, that's definitely like mid-size level. But when you are going off, like as I was discussing about the candy shop, candy shop, you have the small size of the locations, or maybe you're online virtually you're selling it from a somewhere you are leveraging your product. So that's very small size of the category. But let's say you are producing the candy, that means that's the
Mhm.
industry, right? So that's
Right.
not a small business, that's a huge business. So
Exactly.
we are going over like a into customer, like direct to, we are selling to customers. So that means in category by industry definitely, and also size of the business, depending on the location. Also sometimes you have a big city but you are offering a small size of product from a within a small locations. So that means a small area you have, that means you can call it a small business when you have that kind of locations criteria. Like I'm selling 50 radius of Newark, say
Mhm.
suppose, like, or maybe
Right.
5 kilometers of radius. So that means goes
Okay.
by the area location also. And also like if you're calling your business or service small business or mid-sized business, we can have a online research also. Like let's say we can go over a couple of search engines like Google, like Bing and some other parties, and we can
Mhm.
have an online research from some other, or maybe users what they are searching for, what they're going over. We can make it size that it is small or not, like how many people's searching for that business product or services. We can finalize it, and then we can go over the competitive analysis we previously we
Right.
did actually, like what I explained. So we can analyze based on the competitive analysis also, like how other competitors is doing their businesses, what's their offering, what's their actually prices, like as we discussed previously.
Right.
Based on that competitive analysis, we can identify a business also, like a small or not, or mid-size. So that's few main things.
Right.
Beside that, we can go over a customer feedback also. Like there are a couple of ways, like online surveys, physically marketing, like there are a couple of ways to do that. You can get the feedbacks from your various kind of targeted audience customers, sending some like leaflet brochures, or maybe some online survey forms, so that you can have understanding what kind of business you are going to run, or you are already having the business you are going to offer the services. So that's
Right.
few things that you can identify and analyze current your business is smaller or mid-size, or the size of the business actually.
Exactly. So Rakibul, this is just my personal question here. Like, do you think when you say small businesses, uh, in my personal opinion, I don't think there is a term called small businesses. None of the business is smaller. It's just like your passion and dedication to which your what you want to achieve with that business. Or what do you think about this? Like, is that true, or what's the actual statement?
Okay, so yeah, you are right, but there is definitely no small businesses, because what you are actually dreaming, that's your
Exactly.
business. So definitely there is no limitations for your dreaming. So definitely there is nothing. But when you
Right.
start as a startup, or like a small size of, like you are
Mhm.
starting from initially one person, you
Right.
cannot run a scale size of business. Like you don't have
Exactly.
100 employees or 1,000 employees, you don't have 100 products or categories
Right.
based on the services. So you're offering very like limited services. What you are dreaming, like very particular limitations. Like let's say you are dreaming 100%, you are offering 5% of the what you have actually dreamed of. So you are offering 5% for your dream, and that's what actually we are calling a small businesses. There is no small businesses actually,
Right.
but we are calling it small or mid-sized businesses, while you are offering a limitations of the size of the business, size of the product, size of the service based on the locations. So let's say you are offering a small size of, very particular product. We can call it a t-shirt business, right?
Exactly.
You have a very particular t-shirt businesses. You can have 5 designs, you can have 500 designs. So that means
Mhm.
while you are offering 5 designs for t-shirt, that we call, like, let's say, small startup business, right?
Exactly.
So that means you can leverage it to 500 plus designs from small businesses to mid-size to, bigger or bigger businesses, what you actually dreamed of. So yeah, you are right. But in sense
Yeah,
of business, we can call it categorized based on the size of the business.
I got it. Okay, thank you for clarifying, Rakibul. That's really insightful. So I'll go back to the questions that I framed up. Sorry for going off topic.
Okay, no,
So,
that was very topical. Yeah, that's very on
yeah.
topic.
Alright. So my next question is, can you explain the importance of understanding your target audience in small businesses?
Right. So that's definitely, as I just said, like t-shirt businesses, right? This is
Right.
the very relevant question for that kind of businesses. Like, let's say you have a targeted audience for your t-shirt business. So like we can categorize few business, like few audience. Like, let's say 10 years to, 15 years or 20 years age of my audience, 21 to like 30, 31
Got
to
it.
40, 41, 50, something like that, based on the ages of my audience, right?
Got it.
So if you don't understand your audience, like let's say you are understanding your audience, you are offering something, like based something the target audience for, like, let's say 41 to 50 age, but you didn't have the understanding for your target audience, right? And you are
Right.
selling a, like, let's say 15 or maybe 15 years to 20 years age type of t-shirt. I'm not sure that business will be, like huge selling business, because you don't know your audiences already, because your audience are 41 to 50 ages, but you are offering very, like young age type t-shirt. Definitely those people will not buy.
Right.
Like mostly
Exactly.
maybe like 1 or 2 order you will be getting maybe out of 10. But
Right.
if
Based on
you
their
understand
preference.
your audience, yeah, if you understand your audience, definitely you can set, okay, my audiences are mostly 41 to 50 ages, so I need to search for the product or services for that
Right.
age. So that is one thing. So another thing, you cannot do, marketing for your product or services if you don't understand the audience, right? So
Right.
like, let's say there is industry area, you're offering a bicycle accessories, right? For your from your for your audience or customers. But there are lots of customers, they needs like computer accessories or maybe, mobile phone accessories, but you don't know your audience. You are starting your business for a bicycle accessory shop. So that will be different and conflicting, because you don't know your audience, but you are offering something, some product that are actually not related to your audience, your local, or maybe your offering. So that will
Yeah.
be conflicting also.
That's
So there,
exactly
there
right.
is another couple of things also. Like, let's say you don't, your target audience. Let's say we go with a positive one. We have the target audience, and you know that your audience are doing this kind of services or business or family. You can target them specific for a specific product. Like, let's say you have a residential area on your, business coverage, and you are offering home delivery services, right? So you understand
Right.
those residential areas, family members, don't have the, sometimes they're busy, sometimes they're going over, works, or sometimes they're going over family house at work. So you, like, let's say you found out your audience doesn't have, much opportunity to come over, buy something and go over. So if you offer them home delivery or something, because you know your audience, so definitely your orders, your service, or your product, purchasing quantity will be huge, like more than whatever you don't know. So that's definitely a radical changes and radical difference between your audience, if you don't understand them, if you're not
Right.
understanding them, the difference between them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, Rakibul, that's really up to the point, I would say. Yeah. And so what do you think based on the conversation, like what are the key elements of a successful small business entity or
Okay,
identity?
so definitely, Sunil, that's very, like on point question again. I'm repeating the same word because it's coming the same thing. Like from one to couple of questions we have already answered. So I know my branding, I know my, audience, I know my market research, I know my product, and I understand my audience. So I have few major discussions on this. So I know a couple of things from my previous questions. So the key elements of a successful small business definitely coming from the very beginning. So brand name, like you need to have a memorable, brand name, or maybe something definitely goes with your product or services. Definitely that's a comes with your branding name, connected with your brand logo. Color schema definitely connected with your services business. And then when you have a brand name, logo, like colors for everything, then you need to
Yeah,
go over a, tagline or slogan, like the business. You need to have a slogan or business. Sometimes when you are going for advertisement, like someone knows your name, but they prefer your tagline. We have a lots of, references on previous and all over in the world right now. You can
right,
see most of the companies have a brand name and they are very famous about your tagline. So definitely that's comes as the second point. And you need to clarify your, mission and values to yourself, to your team members if you have one, but you need to clear, from yourself that you have a mission and you have a values, like what actually you are offering to the customers or what you are offering to your audience, either your product or services. You need to have a clear visions and values for, your business. And definitely then you need to have a USP, that means unique selling propositions, a clear statement that, communicate to your audience with your product or services.
I see.
Then when you start your business, you having a brand name, tagline, and you start your businesses, you have a good USP, unique selling proposition, with your, service and product. Then you need to start marketing. You need to have a good marketing strategies, like advertisement, all other things. And then you need to collect your customer experience, they're happy or not, they're good, they're getting a good value from your services or from your products. You need
Right,
to engage with the community, so then you can understand your, like the value of the product or services, so that you can better it, or maybe you can upgrade the next phase or something. And also you need to go over the legal protections of your brand identity if you want to
exactly.
scale up. So these are the most key elements to start a successful business identity, definitely.
I got it. Right. Okay, Rakibul. So, what do you think? Like, when we had like a like it's a like a general question. Whenever we like personally, whenever we go on a client meetings or like whenever we do like a discovery calls, usually like clients have the logo, like they let's say they want like $1 million investment in their business, right? They're working on a PPT deck, and their PPT deck is like a boring, or like a just a text just saying, okay, here is my ask, give me this many dollars, I just need it for my business scale. And so like do you think like as an investor, you being an investor, what would you say, like, okay, there is a two PPT deck you're seeing. There is one like a nicely designed, which is from Image Appeal, and there is one which is like designed by the client or with some, like a third party vendors or anybody. Like, what do you think? Like, other than the person's idea or the page, does it affect that thing or no? Or it's all about your how you're gonna present your idea?
Okay, Sunil. Definitely. I mean, as I am, doing investors and a lot of things related to our business and couple of other, startup we were working on, I'm connected with very much. So definitely I'll go with the, clarified design and specific design on points with the all the details included there. Yeah, I understand. someone is pitching the deck, but the thing is, I need to see it also. The visual part is definitely important. If I don't see it, I don't believe it. That's a very virtual, if there is a proverb there. If I don't see it, I don't believe it. I have to see it first.
Yeah, like
So for
you have
what
to
I'm actually
build the
yeah, what I'm
trust.
saying, yeah, definitely. And to build the trust, I need a clear visions that I can see the clarity of everything, every steps is explained there. So I need to
Right.
see that. Definitely there is a huge difference. I mean, we can fail it, we can raise it
Exactly.
based on that presentations, definitely.
I got it. Okay. Rakib, so how do you go about developing a concept for a successful idea that markets the small business?
Okay, so I am going couple of very good questions actually, definitely. Sunil, thank you for the
Yeah.
good question. So there is a consistency while you are doing a business. It's not about the small, mid-size or big size business. You have to be a consistency on your product, on your services, like like various kinds of materials, sales materials we use while like doing over the sales, doing over the marketings, doing over the internal, like the PPT as you're saying, or other sales materials we are offering. So you need to have a consistency, good design, good mock-ups, like the couple of variations for the A/B testing to the customers, with a
Right.
couple of ongoing repeating clients. So you need to understand that about the consistency, about the design, like the brand identity creates based on them. So definitely you need to be very aware of that. You need to understand, as I was saying, your audience, not only targeted audience. You need to understand the what actually my audiences is, what actually my
Right.
targeted audience is, and what percentage of the audience, targeted audience, will be my customers. So you need to
Exactly.
have a clear vision on these three things, and you should be coming over the A/B testing with each other, like you are doing email marketing, you are doing client repeating. You have a client base, like let's say you have 100 clients, you are offering them a 10%, 20% offer. So you need to have a basic but a very impressive one to offer them that services. Like you can send an email newsletter, right? Very, very unique one. Very, you can have a landing pages for advertisement. You can do Google advertise. You can have multiple variations banner and multiple variation sections to attract the client. Or maybe you are having 100 clients already, so you can offer them, hey, this is my new offer, new product or new service, I'm offering you 10%, 20%. So you need to have a clear
Exactly.
visualizations on those A/B testing landing pages. That's a couple of things you need to very care of about moving forward.
Absolutely right, Rakib. Uh, So this is going to be like a little silly question. Like, why do you think, you and I, we both know Microsoft, Intel, like all these tech giants, right? Whenever they are
Yeah.
launching any new product, like their graphics, their every like all the design work that they do, like it's like like they invest millions in that, right? Like just for the
Right.
small product.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like
Right.
so like why do you think like why do they even need that? Like they already have the name, like everybody knows Intel, even if they like just publish in like a TV that, hey, we are going to launch our i6 processor. Why do they spend those $1 million into that campaigns?
Okay, so that's definitely a brand already. They created a brand all
Right.
over the world. So they understand, and they actually, they understand the value of the customers. Either they are
Exactly.
purchasing or not, they understand that their, the audience, they wants to grow more. So they actually build the trust. They have a actually trustable, very vast targeted audience, but they still wants to go and they wants to make your customers valuable. Hey, I value you, you're my customers. You are not a customers right now, maybe you will, after a few days because I value you, I care for you. So I'm
Right.
offering all this materials, I'm sending you emails, I'm doing the ads all over. We are, doing PR because they wants to, let you know that they care for you. They actually value you. Means I'm a single person, living anywhere in the world. When I'm seeing it, I understand, oh, Microsoft is sending me message because it's the same question you asked, like, yeah, these are the big giant, why they're sending me? Because they wants to connect with
Exactly.
you. Simple. So they wants to connect with you. If you are connected with them, you will be, if you are not a customer, you will be a customer for them. So that's
Exactly.
definitely the main thing to connect with your audience, right?
Right.
So definitely,
Yeah,
Sunil,
right.
this is a
There's
good question.
a like a word that you are using like every like in almost like like all the questions. It's trust. So I think it's like really important for a small businesses because it's their early stage of the businesses. They need to build that trust among their clients, right? Like they can't just simply throw their product. Hey, I'm selling this, just buy it, and I'm not gonna get any like ROI, like return on investment in that case.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you can give an example, like let's say Nokia, right? Previously giant
Exactly.
over the cell phone industry. They
Yeah.
lost because they didn't understand the audience. Because while there is Android, iOS phone, vast on, I mean, they actually, ekdom, revolutions for the whole mobile industry. Then,
Yep. Exactly.
whole mobile industry. And Nokia didn't understand and value the customers, so they started selling the same product, like 30 years back or maybe 20 years back. They started selling the same phones, and they failed to understand the customers. And right now Nokia is in history. So I mean, they are
Exactly.
still operating. You can see there is a,
Yeah.
their market is down. They are no longer operating most of the countries.
Right.
So there is a good example like that. If you don't value, if you don't trust, if you don't care for your customers, you will be lose your business, definitely.
Absolutely. Right. Couldn't be agree on more than that. So so here comes this next question. It's about like just what we discussed. What's the significance of creating mockups, design and concepts? Like what's the significance of these things? Like mockups, creating designs, and like going through lots of concept in the early stage of businesses.
Yeah, right. So as we're discussing, definitely you need to understand the visual representations, how it's important for your business, how it's important for your, like the services you're offering. You need to have a very impressive and appealing, representation of your design ideas, making it easier for your customers, stakeholder, like as a access of concept. You need to to have very, you need to have a very good importance on that visual representations. You need to have a feedback, right? You can give,
Right.
like couple of A/B testing, and you can take feedback iterations from some users or portion of the users. Or maybe internally you have a good, marketing team, or maybe you hire someone that understand the, marketing agency. Or maybe you hire some industry like ImageAppeal is doing. I know very personally that ImageAppeal doing very good visual presentations for all the services or for
Thank you,
companies.
Rakibov.
Definitely you need to understand that feedback from you can get from the designer. Maybe you can get the, feedback from your portion of the customers. And then you need to come up with some clarity and communication based on your mock-up design. So your design should speak up on behalf of you. That should be the main message here. Your design should be speaking for your business, for your product, for your services. So that's the main goal here. You need to have a clear visual representations. That's the main in the like whole web industry.
You got it, Rakibov. So what do you think like how, like it's more of a design question basically, like, but as you're a developer, I think it's like a something that you can answer the best, because when it comes to UX, like we know the design part, but you guys understand like like how we can actually make that more seamless for the user, right? So what do you think,
Yeah.
like how give us a tip, like how can you select an appropriate color, fonts, and you know, like there like and factors that influence your choices.
Okay, Sunil, thank you for the questions. When I build any, service or, product based, any software or any website, um, initially I go with something like this. I ask myself, hey, uh, if you are a customer, right, are
Right,
you going to purchase from this service or product? If yes, if I can answer myself, yes, I can, definitely that's a good design outlook.
right,
So as a customer, you are also a customer. I am also a customer, right? For random things like daily life,
exactly,
we need a lot of things. I'm a customer also. Like I'm building maybe softwares, right? I'm building applications, but that doesn't make me any other, I'm a customer for all other services also. Like I do living, all other things. I need graphics, I need, other kind of services in my daily life, t-shirt, as we
right,
discussed, candy, for my cousins and like, brothers, something like that. So I am a customer also. So when you have a design, when I build a website, when I build a some applications or software, I ask myself, if I am a customer of this product or service, if I have a customer choice, I should go with this design, or like as a user experience, I test myself as a user, as a
right,
customer. So if that question I can ask yourself or maybe myself, then definitely you can see, okay, this is not a good design. So for the design, definitely you need to have a very choosy for your colors, fonts,
right,
because that's represent your business. That should be
exactly,
connected with your colors. How actually you are offering your services, your business or maybe product. You need to very choosy because of your product and services. So brand identity definitely, as we discussed previously, represent you, right? So brand
right,
identity have to have a appropriate colors and fonts. Otherwise, um, let's say, let me give you an example. If you use a red, right, red
exactly,
actually represents energy and patience, right?
yep,
Red is means very energy, very patience, while blue conveys the trust and reliability. Most of, you can see on the web, most
okay,
of the successful business have this kind of colors. Blue conveys the trust and reliability. So it
exactly,
means, that doesn't mean actually red doesn't represent something. So let's say you have a energy and passionate kind of product or services, you can definitely go with red. But while you are going over other kind of, so that means I'm just giving an example of these two colors. You can choose any other, represent your brand, or like anything related to your brand. So you have to be very picky on these colors,
exactly,
because colors can be very choosy. Like let's say you have to think about what kind of products, as I was explaining about the age structure. So color may be very based on your audience, based on your age. Like smaller younger people likes the colorful things, like a little bit agey people likes the minimal impressive looks and like very minimal design. So that comes with the, in general you can go with the minimal definitely, but I'm saying you can go over any type of colors but fonts, but you have to think about your audience also. And fonts,
right,
definitely, if you should use your font that gives the priorities for readability. That's the main thing. You have to have readability better for than any other things. That's when
mhm,
you select the fonts, that should be easy to read, especially in small sizes or icon skins. Like there are a couple of skins for
right,
mobile, laptop, tab. So you need to have very, like careful about choosing the font. And while you are going over the scalability, like let's say, your font may look better while you are on a big monitor, right? But when you are
right,
visiting from your phone, your phone can, like messed up your whole service business. So that kind of things you need to understand. So that's very important thing, to choose your fonts and color.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah, it's a really great thing to know your perspective, since you know, like you're the developer. Like mostly we you know, being a designer, like we go through everyday colors, like you know, like if you're colorblind, you're not a designer anymore. So right. And you know, like there was a debate going on inside the team, like maybe a weeks ago, like there was like, like the software engineer who was saying like this red color now tend to, like notice more, like nowadays the red color is the payment used for payment, but we were like, no, it can't be like red. But they were like, okay, here is the thing, like red thing, people gonna click on it because it's something that pops into your eyes. And also on the other hand, we were like, okay, the red thing is like red color we mostly use when you want to decline any transaction or you want to decline any
Dangerous.
calls, like
Yeah.
so he like we were like having this debate like why the hell we want to use the red color on, like making a transactions.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that is the same thing I was explaining. It based on the, age. Like if you are offering someone a mid-level age to like prior senior citizens, when you are
Exactly.
saying or sending a red color button, they will be saying, "Oh, this is danger. I don't have to click it." They will deny it. They will not
Right.
go for it because this is the way, but if you offering some, like youngsters, definitely, red is good to go. But on the purchase button, definitely not. That's a red sign. That means it's a danger
Exactly.
or something. Or few, age, definitely based on the age, you cannot go
Yeah,
with it. But
exactly.
yeah, say you have a target audience for a specific age, definitely you can go with any colors if you want, based on
Exactly.
your product or service. Right. I agree
Exactly.
with Sun. That's very
Right.
interesting. Yeah.
That's good. Okay, okay, well, so like there is, like now since we talk about consistency, I would like to, get like a very specific answer on this one. What do you think? Like, what is consistency, and why is it important for small business in, like small business graphics design? Like, as we are talking about, like it's like it's your not an early stage, it's you are into the business already, but why do you think the consistency is matters so much that you need to, like be, like very much considerate about this?
Okay. So yeah, thank you, Sunil, again. I mean, this is very connected question again. So yeah. So when you have a small business, right? You started your business,
Right.
you are going to start a business or you already started your business. So definitely you
Okay.
have some graphics there. Like you have a
Exactly.
graphics on the website. You are using some email marketing or marketing materials like Google advertisement, banners, social media activities. You're posting on your social medias. There are a couple of banners,
Right.
graphics you're using, right? Let's say each design, your website has a different color. Your social media banners has a different color. You
Exactly.
have a logo on something that is different fonts. You are using some other, tagline on different fonts. Like
I
when
got you.
some user,
It's a mess.
yeah, yeah, it's a mess. It's definitely there should be a question. What kind of company or business is this? This is not a
Exactly.
reliable one. This is not a trustable one
it's
because
it's
they
kind of
don't care.
creating confusion, right? Like you're not
Yeah,
sure about your business.
yeah, it will create confusion and definitely it will affect on your trust for your business.
Mhm.
Definitely for your product or for your service, it will impact, negatively, that you don't care for your people, audience. You don't care for your product or you don't care for your business. That gives a negative message to the users that yeah, this company doesn't have, trust and value on their business. So definitely that's the main thing for your consistency for brand recognitions, right? So
Right.
that's the main thing. And another thing, couple of things we can explain, like cross-platform, like message clarity. You can send a
Mhm.
message through your brand banners. Like, while you are doing consistency, someone definitely will think, oh, this is the business that gives the continuous, like masses through their design, through their website, through their social media, that we can rely on. So main thing is, if you are consistency with your product, service, design, and your like customer support and marketing, definitely that will build your trust throughout your customers and your targeted audience. That's the main thing actually you should be caring for, and that's the main thing
Right.
for the consistent. It's very
Absolutely.
important for this. Yes.
Exactly. Okay. Okay. Uh, That's absolutely correct, Rakibul. Like, what do you think about creating like why is drafting and sampling important? I think that's not a relevant question though, but I will, like I just wanted to know your opinion. What do you learn from this process? The process called drafting and sampling important.
Okay, so drafting and
Yeah.
sampling definitely important, because let's say we are working on, like, I mean, you guys are designers, so you will do definitely understand better. Like, let's say you are some clients comes to you, hey, I need a, like this product and visually appealing on the web world, because I don't have any web experience, I don't have any web appearance for my product. So, like, well, they are, just simply click an image for that
Exactly.
product, and they're sending you, hey, I need this, on my website or my social media, or my, I want to go for, A/B testing landing pages, I want to use this. So while you're doing your drafting, so that's very important, while you go for a couple of, sampling for and drafting couple of variations for that, so that you can test it. As a developer, we'll go with those, couple of landing pages through the drafting, and maybe some other variations, so that the client actually can test it out with couple of, variations, couple of, with the targeted audience. So that's very important for to get to know what actually the feedback is from the customers, and to
Right.
try out different variations. Definitely, that's very important.
Exactly.
Very
Like,
important.
that's why we always have this alpha beta test, so that like we can get like the like how it's gonna perform before it's we actually put the product into life, right?
Right, exactly,
Eh,
Sunil. Exactly.
okay, thank you, Rakibul. Okay, so I would like to tell something to audience, because the reason of here at Imageable, why do we do like every month once, like at the last week we do this events, because we are here sitting with us industry experts, just like, as you know, like Rakibul is expert in his own field. He knows what actually, like customer needs, and what is the technical aspect of that, like how can we actually get, like I would say like it's more of a physics, right? It's not a magic, it's a physics. You need to know all the formulas, and you need to know all the basics of Newton's law right? So this is not like a magic, you just like use the magic wand and there you go, like boom, you have your business set up.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Right,
So
Sunil.
that's the reason we do these events. And like I think, and for me personally, I believe like it's a very good to know your opinion, like you yeah, definitely, like being a designer, I'm really impressed with all the answers that you gave me. And like I hope like our audience also have this, like the same kind of energy, and they got their all the answers. Maybe we will be having some questions from them, which we might be discussing if we got some time. But I think since we are running out of time, I'm gonna pick like quickly only two questions from our audiences, which are like,
Sure.
when you have to explain like he's saying like you guys are talking about consistency and trust. If you have to pick one of these, what will you pick for your business? Seems
Okay.
like
So
irrelevant though. Like
yeah,
it
yeah,
goes all together, right? Like consistency and
yeah,
trust,
yeah.
it goes
That's
together.
yeah. Okay. So let me answer that question. So, okay,
Right.
Sunil. So let me answer that question. That's very relevant. We discussed trust and consistency definitely. And while I was explaining the previous questions, it comes with the, while you are doing your designs or your websites, you should be consistent about your design, branding, and materials, so that you can build a trust among with your audience. That means it's
Right.
connected with each other. If you don't
Exactly.
do consistency on your, visual presentations, you don't do a, trustable image for your business or, company to the customers. So you have to go through consistency to build a trust. It doesn't
Right.
go with either, different way. It's connected with the same way. you have to consistence to build the trust. That's the actually answer of this question.
Exactly right. We the purpose of the design is to create awareness and have that uh we in technical like we say graphics design is about connecting visually with the people, right? So I would say like it's something, like you are telling a message and you're trying to connect what's in their heart, and you're trying to express that, okay, why you should buy my product, because here's the thing, I have something to like deliver which gonna makes your life easier, or it's gonna uh at least gonna affect your life, right? So
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
mhm,
why should I buy something? Because that
exactly.
either might solve a problem of my life, or maybe some add some features or value to my life. That's why
Mhm.
actually purchase things, right? So definitely it should be either solve a problem to your life, or maybe give some additional or value, add your value, some value to your life. That should be the
Right.
most important perspectives of a product and service. Otherwise, you don't purchase anything. You have to have a
Exactly.
value, right?
Right. Okay. So Rakibul, there is this really interesting question that I like about it. They are asking, you guys are discussing about consistency and brand awareness, like you guys discussed like how can we actually like how to pick the right font, how to do the market analysis, but you guys didn't touch this really important point, which is called like this like making world carbon free. Right now,
Okay.
like every industry is been doing it. I think it's a relevant, like really good question actually, like every business is right now like focusing towards green energy, right? So
Right.
what do you think, like how small businesses don't have the like that amount of budget that they can go like completely up to like renewable sources? So what do you think, like how they can incorporate those things into the early stage of the business?
Okay, that's very nowadays questions that we are actually suffering
We want to
all
go
over.
green, right?
Yeah, yeah, right. So
Exactly.
everywhere, yeah. Recently, we did a lots of, like I can recall maybe at least 5 projects for the last couple of months we delivered. Most of the
That's
have
nice.
separate place for philanthropy, that having, go for carbon free hashtag with some trees, plantations, and all other things, removing carbon. So there are lots of projects we are doing nowadays that's gives the clear message. A couple of businesses are already doing philanthropies on these matters. Uh, but as a small business, from the starting, you can definitely think about is while you're planning your business, how you are going to expand in your near future. And definitely you can include that part while you are, like doing your product or doing your service. You can definitely go over like what we can ignore to make the world carbon free. Definitely. It's a
Exactly, right.
very relevant
Yeah.
to our businesses. Most of the projects we are doing, it's related to any, either it's a
Mhm.
product, either it's a service, and every service, every product has an impact on the nature. So it
Exactly.
can be positive impact, it can be negative. So we can try to reduce the carbon as much as we can. I mean, it will not happen in a day, but definitely
Exactly.
if we all together, if we do, definitely it will be a huge impact. Thanks for the very nice questions.
Thank you, Rakibul. Yeah, it's from one of the audiences that they are watching. So I think I'm not gonna take any further questions, as we are, like you have a tight schedule, and we really appreciate your time, Rakibul, for giving us like your, like precious time towards this event, and sitting with us here and giving your insightful opinions on this. So
Okay.
moving forward, like there is this time that we give every speaker to speak about their background, or if anything that they would like to say about the topic or the encouragement, I would say. You can speak about it so that our audience can have like a like clear view about your picture, how they can contact you, like some of them are asking those questions, how can we reach out to what sphere, like those kind of questions I'm getting. So you can take away
Okay.
with
Okay.
that.
Okay, got it. Thank you, Sunil, and thank you, all the audience who are actually watching right now. I'm not sure I can go individually, everyone, but
All
thanks
right.
very much for all the cute questions and relevant questions here. So, I actually have a one message as I already explained while I'm discussing. Uh, like think about as a customer. If you are a customer, you buy something. So that means you are already a customer. I am already a customer. Sunil already a customer.
Exactly.
So while you are building some business or some product, all right, we need to think about, yeah, I should be the customer for this product. If I can buy it as a customer, definitely some other customer can buy it. So that means that's the first question you need to ask. No matter what, you are developer, you are designer, you should be
Right.
asking yourself, yeah, if I am the customer, I should I buy it, or like could I buy it, something like that. That's my first message. And second message is, I actually wanted to explain a little bit about the marketing strategy or sales strategy also. Like while you have a small business, you need to understand the sales and marketing strategy while you are doing your, like business. Like you should be having a good website. You should be having a good design, including all the sales materials. You should be including social media marketing like email content. You should be working on the SEO, like couple of others you should be working on, including the peer link building to each other. So that means while you are doing this couple of steps, then you should have a good business. You just, you need to roll on, you need to collect your product or service, you need to sell it, you need to give it to the customers, you need to get the feedbacks from your customers. And that's
Right.
the, like loop. You should, do continue the looping. And Worksphere do all these kinds of related to website and, marketing strategy, like professionally for the last more than 20 years we are doing it already.
That's great.
We have 9 days, yeah, so all kinds of relevant things including the website, web applications, or either way it's SEO purposes. I'm here. I'm the CTO of Worksphere. Worksphere.com. My phone number is 800-480-9673, and you guys can mail me also info@worksphere.com. So that's me, and definitely I'm having very much, thankful to Image Appeal and Sunil as well, because this is very much, like interesting to join here and discuss the things that we are doing every day.
Exactly.
So I'm very much, thanks for inviting me here. Thank you, Image Appeal,
Thank
and
you.
thank you, Sunil.
Thank you so much, Rakibul. Yeah, that's the purpose of us doing this event so that we can, like make educate our audiences, like what's going inside, the industries, like how these tech giants are actually, like uh, using these strategies to help their business sustain, right? So
Right.
I think it's time to know more about Image Appeal, and that's my best part. I love to talk about Image Appeal every other day. So, if you guys ever need a branding, logo identity, social media, and web, or any specific print and digital marketing design, we at Image Appeal, we are always available 24 into 7, 365 a days. We are working every second, and you can call us anytime. We are an integrated design agency. We specialize in almost all arena of graphics design, whether it's motion graphics, UX design, UI design, uh, you just name it. Like I can't even, like there are like 200 services. Like I was just going through my Image Appeal service list. It was like 200, more than 200. So I think
Right.
I can't name them all of them. Yeah, but good thing about like, like we have this like extremely talented team, uh, and every team member of our like of in our crew is uh like expert in their what they are doing basically. And our style is to keep it consistently shifting and changing norms of the dynamic industry. We admire people who do business, launch projects, create, trade, and produce. Image Appeal will help you aesthetically intelligent, unique, and practical design, specially tailored for your businesses. providing exclusive graphics design for corporate and startup businesses, developing awareness and consistent recognition, and ensuring to bring your ideas to life with unique design solution. And yes, of course, we are reliable in managing projects with priority and meeting deadlines. You will have a guaranteed quality service and an efficient design process from beginning to end. Above all, we specialize in creating exclusive, modern, and clean, also minimal design work for any kind of business industry. So you guys can connect with us at www.imageappeal.com, and there is a portfolio section. It got like thousands of pieces in the portfolio, and we have like it's a continuous process. So we are in a business for more than 10 years, and we are delivering our services to our clients like at its best, I would say. And uh I would say 99% client would be happy. We can't satisfy those 1%, of course, because there is always some issues in terms of design, but we always try to keep our best and we make the things happen. So I think there you have it, guys. I hope you had a fun, especially you, Rakibul. It's such a great experience for us to have you here at this event. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Once again, I'm your host, Sunil, at this event. I hope you learned something new and exciting. We hope you enjoyed a deep dive. Stay tuned for our next episode. See you and goodbye, everybody. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you,
Yeah,
Rakibul.
thank you all. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you, Sunil.
Bye,
Thank you.
guys.